So I think gaming can become problematic when you become obsessed with a game and it becomes more like an addiction rather than for fun or enjoyment.
Are there any strategies to promote, I guess, a more positive gaming experience than, that negative one? Hey guys, my name's Travis and I'm the marketing manager for ORS. Today we're here to talk about gaming and what it looks like in the modern world. We've got Jess, who's one of our provisional psychologists and behavior support practitioners from ORS on today. How you going, Jess?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Yeah, really good. Thank you. Really good. Thanks for coming on to talk about gaming.
Oh,
Um,
thank you for having me.
no worries. To get us started, why don't you tell us a little bit about gaming in 2021? It's obviously evolved a lot over the years, and it's very different gaming now as it was 5 years ago or to 10 years ago. So take us through what gaming looks like now, Jess.
Yeah, so I suppose gaming nowadays is very online based. So it will involve a lot of players playing online together as a team or against each other in multiplayer games rather than, you and your mates headed down to the local arcade and taking it in turns playing individual games.
Yeah, and I guess something that's caught my eye a lot over the years is esports. So
Mm.
everywhere you go, esports is becoming a big thing. Like there was even some talk of esports making it to the Olympics. So you're right; it's everywhere now, and it is online, and everyone's involved in it. It's crazy, right?
Yeah,
Um,
huge industry.
yeah, and you play games yourself, I hear.
Yeah, I do. I'm very much into New World, which is a new MMO that's just been released, and I like battle royales like Apex and Fortnite as well.
Yeah, nice. Have you ever tried games like your Overwatch shooters and other kind of fast ones like that?
Overwatch was a little bit too quick for me. I didn't know what was going on, so I moved away from that game pretty quickly.
Yeah. And I've heard also you do a little bit of streaming and you go live on Twitch yourself.
Yeah, I've dabbled in the streaming environment a little bit in the past.
Yep.
Enjoy interacting with other Australian streamers and enjoy the community, really.
Yeah. And that's a big part of gaming now, isn't it? Community. So that's a
Mm,
word that I hear a lot that's used with gaming. So building those friendships and that kind of
mm.
having that sense of community is really important in gaming, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, cool. So I guess there's probably a lot of worried parents out there that are hearing a lot of negative comments in the media surrounding gaming. Kind of, what do you think about all that, Jess?
Yeah, I suppose there's like the common worries that you hear from parents and in social media a lot at the moment, which tend to involve, gaming promoting like social isolation. So people spending all of their time playing games alone at home rather than interacting with others. Another one I hear quite a lot is video gaming causing violent behavior or video gaming becoming addictive.
Mm.
And I also hear a lot of statements like, you can't make money off video games, which we know isn't the case now with the launch of esports, competitive gaming, and streaming. And also that it's purely entertainment, which, gaming is entertaining and it's amazing to be able to connect with your more imagination and creative side. But we've got more educational games coming out nowadays that really help improve your memory and your problem solving skills.
Yeah, you're so right. I think something that's caught my eye again recently as well is kind of gaming in education. So
Mm.
educators in Australia now are actually building in a way of educating through games in Kahoot and other kind of gaming mediums where they challenge their students to compete against each other in an
Mm.
education forum. So it's really exciting where gaming's going.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
yeah. Do you reckon, Jess, that gaming can become problematic when it becomes more like an addiction than a hobby for people?
Yeah, so I think gaming can become problematic when, you become obsessed with a game and it becomes more like an addiction rather than for fun or enjoyment.
Mm.
So, for example, you only think of playing the one game, you think you're more concerned with leveling up in a game rather than attending to other activities in your life. And when you start to give up other things that used to bring you joy, so for example, you're stopping speaking to family members or friends because you just want to play the game, or you're not attending sports like you used to, or you're giving up exercise because you want to focus on playing the game. I think it can also become problematic when you have that online toxic culture sometimes with gaming when you've got kids bullying other kids online or even other adults saying pretty hateful things to other adults online that can become problematic as well. So to keep in mind, what you say online to other people that you may not know in the real world, can have an impact on them in everyday life.
Yeah, so true. I know I've been on the receiving end of a few negative comments over the years myself when gaming. I guess probably every parent and maybe frustrated partner out there might be sitting there watching this and thinking, what are some strategies to help combat these problems? And are there any strategies to promote, I guess, a more positive gaming experience than, that negative one?
Yeah, I think it's always important to be mindful while you're playing games. For example, someone might kill you in a game or ruin this building that you spent so long making. While that can be frustrating, you have to keep in mind that, what you say online has an impact on the person receiving that comment. So being mindful and trying to remember to be kind as well, whilst you may be experiencing frustration.
Yeah.
Also, the importance of wind down and schedules. So, for example, not playing games until the early hours of the morning and then going straight to bed, making sure you've,
Yeah.
given yourself enough time to wind down and get to sleep.
Yep, so important. I was just saying, I've been guilty of the midnight session in the past as well.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And also taking breaks from gaming. So not spending, 8 hours a day playing the same game, sat there hunched over a console or a computer. Taking regular breaks is healthy as well.
Yeah.
And viewing gaming as more of a reward for completing other activities. So, for example, kids, can play some games after school and after they've completed their chores around the home as well. I also wanted to highlight the importance of having open conversations about gaming. So, if you and your partner are having issues surrounding gaming, you think that your partner's spending too much time gaming rather than spending time with you, having that open conversation. Because I know how easy it is to think you've only spent 30 minutes playing a game and that soon turns into 3, 4, 5 hours. So, keeping in mind to make sure you look at what time you start playing a game and the importance of spending quality time with other people in your life.
I think every parent and partner out there can probably relate to that, have gamers in the family.
Mhm.
Yeah, cool. I guess off that, Jess, like, what do you think the positive benefits of gaming are?
Yeah, so I think like gaming is a fun, interactive way to learn new skills. So, for example, that might be teamwork, building skills, problem solving skills, memory. And also, it's amazing to socialize with like minded individuals. On that note, as well, the importance of online safety. So, when you are speaking to people online, making sure that you're not letting them know any identifying information that could put you at risk, and making sure that kids are talking to age appropriate peers online. And
Yeah, very true. Very true. So I guess, Jess, the big question I want to ask you is gaming in the future. Where do you see it going? It's evolved so much since the Atari days back in the 70s and 80s to where it is now. Where do you think we're going to go in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years?
yeah, I definitely feel like streaming and esports is going to keep growing, getting bigger and bigger. And the introduction of virtual reality gaming as well. I know that Ready Player One made a great movie about, the evolving virtual reality of games and the immersion of that as well.
Yeah, it was a terrific movie. For anyone that hasn't watched it, highly recommend it. It was a good watch. Good family movie too. Jess, how can ORS help individuals with obsession and obsession with gaming? Is there anything that we can do to help?
So ORS has a team of behavior support practitioners and psychologists that can work with parents, kids, and individuals to help them combat some of the problems associated with gaming that they might be experiencing and promoting, positive and healthy gaming use.
Yeah, so true. Yeah, we'd love to chat to anyone who might have a child or family member with obsession with gaming. I'm sure that we can help you as well. Well, thanks, Jess. Thanks really much for coming on. It was great to hear all about gaming from you. I enjoyed this chat, and I think we'll definitely get you back on for later podcasts to chat more about gaming and everything related to gaming.
Great. Thanks so much.
Thank you.